All right. Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Racers News Network Live. We are going to be talking with our buddy, Jagger NAVES from Earthshaking Entertainment, also doing Burnouts for Bunny, Funny Car Chaos this coming weekend, and so much more. We got a lot of stuff to hit on. But, Jagger, before we get into this, it's my understanding that you took your lovely wife to the shooting range a week or two ago, and she put a schooling on you. Is that true?
Yeah, no, she did really well. You know, she's had her concealed weapons permit for a couple years now, and we don't get to shooting as much as we want to. But with her new career path that she's taken, we got to put a couple of 100 rounds downrange out here at Casa de Naves. So she really impressed me. She really did.
Oh, very cool. Now, for those that don't know, our buddy Jagger is a member of the law enforcement community in North Carolina. So obviously, major props to you, my friend, for that.
Thank you.
Not an easy job to have these days.
No, you got to love it, and luckily I do. You know, I'm in it now for 17 years with the Rowan County Sheriff's Office. You know, I've held a lot of hats. You know, I started out on patrol, and then went to a bunch of specialized units that focused on narcotics. I was an undercover narcotics detective for about 4 or 5 years, then became a staff sergeant over the unit for 4 years, and now I'm a detective over major crimes. So it's been a great 17 years, you know. So I got to hit 30 to retire. So we're a little over the hump right now.
Very cool. And also, for those that don't know, Jagger is originally from up here in the Northeast. So obviously that, you know, major props for that as well. And again, his lovely wife, Laura, I can't remember. I'm sorry. Laura, is also a backup girl. And the joke last year when you and I talked, you kept saying that Jagger NAVES doesn't exist. It is now, you are now the husband of Laura NAVES.
Yeah, she's she gets all the looks, and that's who people come to see now. You know, it used to be Bill NAVES, and then it was he turned into Jagger NAVES' dad, and then it was Jagger NAVES, and now I've turned into Laura NAVES' husband. So hey, but you know what? It's okay. I'm just you know, very excited to have her part of the team. You know, she owns part of Earthshaking Entertainment as well. She helps run it, and obviously owns half of our team. And it's just incredible to have somebody so supportive. I can't stress how important that is. If you really want to drag race, you got to have the support of your loved ones, especially the ones that you have to live with.
Very true. And you sent your first off to college as well this past weekend, correct?
Yeah, 18 years old. We drove him up to Lenore Ryan, and you know, it's crazy. I felt like yesterday I could fit him in the palm of my hand, and now he's a grown man. You know, he's been driving junior dragsters for the last decade, and he gets ready to age out of it. And now he is going to college for sports management. So I get to talk to him every day, but I do miss him already.
Very cool. Well, congratulations on everything, buddy.
Appreciate
it. Coming up this weekend, Maryland International Raceway, Funny Car Chaos, Burnouts for Bunny, Earthshaking Entertainment is going to be on the scene. So let's get into it. Talk to me, boy.
Pretty stoked, you know. I'd spoken to Chris Graves with Funny Car Chaos and Royce with MIR for the last couple of years. Obviously wanted to get a chaos event over here to the East Coast. They generally run in the Midwest. You know, we are normally the ones traveling 1,000 or 1,500 miles one way to race with these guys, and it is an absolute blast. We wouldn't travel that far if we weren't having a good time. We really do enjoy the entire family, the entire Funny Car Chaos events that we get to go to. I don't know if you can hear my puppy in the background. He's going stupid right now. But yeah, no, really excited to have Funny Car Chaos there. You know, we've got 40 pre-entries, and now we got Earthshaking Entertainment coming, along with the help from the East Coast Fuelers. They're bringing a bunch of front engine dragsters, which we're stoked about. And right now I've got, we're at 22 entries for the Bunny Biquette and Bear tribute event, sponsored by Frederick Linex. He's the presenting sponsor. But really, really excited. You know, we're going to have almost 40 funny cars, over 20 extreme blown altereds, front engine dragsters. We got one rear engine dragster with Bruce Mullins coming. He got to race with Bunny for many, many years. He's part of the Bunny family, so I'm excited about that.
Very cool. Now, for those that aren't familiar with Funny Car Chaos, it's a little bit different than your traditional like nostalgia or traveling touring show, because
Yep.
you have a lot of different motor combinations. Now, if I remember correct, there's somebody with, it's either a twin Procharger or a twin turbo funny car entry.
Yeah, there's a couple of those now. I know you got Butheris is out there with his new power plant. You get Jade Cook out there with hers, and they haul. I mean, they are really, really fast. I know Butheris is sneaking up on his combination. He's just now getting out there. But Jade ran, I think, a 4.0 or a low 14 a couple weeks back. I mean, that application is really going to fly. You know, she's definitely going to be in the 3 seconds. But we run with nitro cars, alcohol cars, injected cars. They've had a couple of injected nitro cars show up. I know for the MIR event, we definitely have nitro funny cars coming. We've got alcohol funny cars coming. We've got nostalgia bodied cars, modern bodied cars. We got DJ Cox coming, one of the fastest cars in the NHRA. He's actually foregoing the New England regional event with NHRA to be a part of this Funny Car Chaos event. So to have somebody with his clout come to our race is really, really exciting. He should definitely be one of the front runners in the A field.
Yeah, DJ and the entire team, obviously, so they're a great group of people, and that's really cool that they're making time to come to your event.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, Earthshaking Entertainment, why don't you fill people in a little bit about that?
All right, Earthshaking Entertainment. We've been around for 20 years now, really. It all started at Office Depot. You know, I was Office Depot, aisle number 20. I was working the binder aisle, and I come up with this idea for Earthshaking Entertainment, and just started writing it down and drawing some logos. And I said, damn, Earthshaking Entertainment, that sounds pretty cool. We were running with a couple of different businesses at that time. The Southern Fuel Coupes, they had decided to go a different route and leave drag racing. So I figured, how can I keep going drag racing and not lose a shit ton of money at the same time? So I reached out to some guys and said, hey, I want to start booking some of these tracks with our cars. I knew a bunch of guys. You know, we've been running a funny car now for 38 consecutive years. So we just started reaching out to folks. And one of my first races was Dad, was Charlie Gambino from Florida. I think Tony Canoy was there. We just started with 4 cars, and now we've got over 60 exhibition teams that run with us. Jet cars, jet funny cars, jet trucks, jet dragsters, wheel standers, nitro funny cars, alcohol funny cars, extreme blown altereds, front engine top fuel dragsters, front engine alcohol dragsters. So we have a huge lineup now. We're kind of a one-stop shop. If a track wants a show, they call Earthshaking Entertainment. They either give me a budget or they tell me exactly what they're looking for as far as car count and the type of cars. And then we put it all together, from the contracts. We put together the custom online event flyers for them. So it's a one-stop shop. They just deal with me, and I take care of absolutely everything else. So along with Laura, we do a decent job. You know, we were at Darlington a few weeks back. Shout out to Jeff Miles and that crew. It's awesome to see Darlington back on the map again. I believe they are going from WDRA to IHRA. That was a big announcement they made while we were there. We had Dan Pettinato there with his nitro altered, and he will be at MIR. He actually dipped down into 380s out there. So, you know, with the air that you have at MIR, you know, we're probably going to see with the Bunny and Bear tribute. I think we'll see some 380s, maybe 390s. But on the other side of things, with Funny Car Chaos, I think you're going to see some 360s and 370s. I mean, you're going to see some fast cars out there. So definitely excited. You know, Earthshaking Entertainment. This was a good year for us. You know, coming back off of COVID when everything slowed down, and we're really hoping that 2024 is even bigger and better. So that's Earthshaking Entertainment in a nutshell.
Very cool. Now, going back to Burnouts for Bunny and the Bear tribute, how did this whole thing come about?
Well, you know, Bunny and Bear are family. I've been involved in the sport my entire life, and obviously grew up with Bunny and Bear. Looked up to Bear for many, many years. his son LB, Little Bear at the time. That's who my son's named after, is Little Bear. When Bunny passed, that was a tough thing for everybody to deal with. But we always knew we wanted to do some sort of tribute for her. And there's only one track to do that tribute at, and that's MIR, because that's her home track. And I had spoke to Royce the year she passed. I spoke to him in the fall and I said, we'd really be interested in doing, I'd like to help out. You know, I told him I just like to help out in any way I can. If Earthshaking Entertainment can be of assistance, for him to holler at me. And he emailed me back and said, I'd love to do a tribute event. So the very first event we did, everybody came in on their own accord. And, you know, we raised some money to help paint her championship funny car that's on top of the concession stands out there. And we were able to help with that and give a little to some of the funds that she's always, some of the charities that she's helped out with. And we had a great outing. I actually missed the race. My crew guy, Jason Higgins, and his wife, Christy, they took care of everything for me. I was on a cruise. I was on a cruise. I was in Mexico somewhere, you know, living the life up with my wife and my family. So I actually missed the first race and had to watch it all like everybody else did online with my fingers crossed, hoping everything went well, which it did. We lost last year because of the weather, but we're back this year. You know, Royce called me up and said, hey, listen, we got Funny Car Chaos coming. I'm not real sure what to expect, but I wanted to see what you guys could do as far as bringing the tribute event to the Chaos deal. And I looked at the dates and it all worked out. And luckily, with a bunch of support from some great sponsors, we were able to kind of put this deal together. Earthshaking Entertainment, along with the East Coast Fuelers, we've put together a 16-car field. It's going to consist of an A field, 8 quickest cars, and then a B field with the next 8 quickest cars. So top 16 will qualify, make a little bit of money. So I'm really, really excited. You know, we normally do exhibition stuff. So to put on an actual race and event's a little out of my wheelhouse, but I'm excited to do it just because of all the guys that are coming, guys and girls. I'm just stoked to be a part of it, really.
Very cool. Now, how many years total has this event been going on now?
Well, this is on our third event, third year.
Yeah. Okay.
We lost last year though because of weather. This is going to be a great year. You know, we've got right now we started out strong with 29 entries, but as time goes on and people break and commitments come up, we're down. We still have 22 cars that are going to fight it out for 16 spots. And then, of course, you'll have 4 fields with Funny Car Chaos. We have an A field, B field, C field, and D field with Funny Car Chaos. That's massive. That's a huge field right there. You know.
Very cool. Now, is there any chance that your new toy is going to be on display at MIR?
You know, we thought about it. We talked about it. But then reality hit me, you know, hit me in the forehead. I only have 2, we'll call them full passes that I took, 8-mile passes to get my license. I've only been a 466 at 155 miles an hour. I'm not there yet to say, put me in the other lane against somebody. I really need to get some seat time. And then when we found out that Laura was going to basic and she wouldn't be there, I'm not ready to run without her. So when she couldn't be there, I was, you know what, we're going to focus on the race. I'm going to focus on Dad with the funny car, the shooting star funny car, and that'll be enough to deal with while I'm there. So maybe next year, we'll see. You know, the plan was really just to come out, make one pass, just to say we were a part of it, and then park it for the weekend and focus on the more important things. But maybe next year, you know, Lord willing, we'll see.
Very cool. Now, you mentioned your dad, so he's going to be running in the field as well with the shooting star top alcohol funny car.
Yep. We for the last 2 races we entered, we were top of the B field, and we run it up on the last 2 events. We've done really, really well. We need to get over that hump and take a win. So I'm excited. We have, I think, 30 cars, teams that have never run with Chaos before. We got guys coming long distance, like Jordan Ballou. He's been to almost every Chaos event they've had, and I'm really excited. We'll see. You know, we'll see. It's a good field. It's going to be a strong field, but I really like to take one. I'd love to take a win at a bunny event with the funny car. So we'll see how it goes.
Very cool. And now for people that travel a long distance for Funny Car Chaos also says a lot about that series in general then.
Yeah, the series is amazing. I mean, we've never been treated any better. You know, I kind of liken it to the early 90s of IHRA funny car racing, which was probably the greatest days that alcohol funny cars really existed. I mean, we were part of the professional categories. You know, there was no entry to come in. They treated us like professionals. We were considered professionals. You know, you had 30, 40 alcohol cars, you know, trying to battle it out for the top 16 qualifying spots. And it was close racing, you know, before parts and technology kind of took over, and was really more about how deep your pockets are now, not so much about the love of the sport. Now, not saying that those guys with deep pockets don't love the sport. It just makes it a little easier for those guys than it does all these guys that want to run with chaos. You know, so we're really excited. I'm stoked that Jordan's coming. Hell, I'm putting some gas money in Jordan's car. I told him, if you can make it to the East Coast, I'll give you $150 from Earthshaking Entertainment. That'll be the first 150 out of my pocket when I get there. We really wanted to see him make it. So just really, really excited. You know, and of course with Dad's Funny Car, you know, the NGK sponsored, Psycho Not Cannabis Company sponsored Funny Car. We're, like I said, we've got 2 runner-ups, and we'd love to finish this thing off and take home a trophy for ourselves.
Very cool. Now, obviously, you live in Race World, USA, North Carolina. You're not too far from the Charlotte area. What's it like being a drag racer in circle track country?
It's amazing. You know, when Charlotte opened up, when ZMAX opened up, you hear my 170 pound mastiff in the background. Give me a second. Bruno, nobody's there. Bruno, go lie down. Go lie down. It's my giant man. Come here. We'll see him here in a second. Oh,
There he is.
Now the team. Say hi to everybody, buddy. All right, go lie down. Chill out. No, it's great. You know, like I said, when ZMAX opened, we went there the first year, and it was not a good year for us. Our chutes failed to open up, the brakes didn't work, and Dad went into the brand new net for the very first time. So kind of roughed up that body, but we tested out the new net for NHRA, and it really worked well. Dad said it was like the hand of the Lord, just kind of rolling him over on his roof. And the only thing he was worried about was somebody flipping the car back over before my mother saw it. You know, get this thing up right before my wife gets down here. But ZMAX has been amazing. You know, they're not open really throughout the year at all. They're only open for 2 national events. But, you know, to get some of NASCAR fans to the track, I think it's been great. Now we have Tony Stewart. You know, some guys are for it, some guys are against it. I love it. You know, I love that Tony Stewart's come on board. He's being successful. And if you think that he's not bringing some of those NASCAR fans to NHRA, you're kidding yourself, because just kind of like Pink's All Out did for us. Hell, even Street Outlaws, even though I don't condone street racing at all, but the on-track stuff I support, and they're bringing a lot of younger generation guys back to the racetrack, which is what we need. You know, you don't see a lot of young guys driving alcohol funny cars anymore. You know, they're all wanting to run these imports or the Street Outlaw stuff, but it'd really be great to get the ranks back up. You know, we're not even having full fields in the NHRA right now. So I'd really like to see full fields again. But until that happens, we'll keep trying to qualify, and we'll keep on having fun at these chaos events.
Cool. Now, Rockingham too. That place just went through a complete rebirth, essentially.
Yeah. You know, new management out there, new track out there, similar to Darlington. You know, Jeff Miles bought that track, and he's really bringing it back to life. You know, we had a blast out there, but we have a ton of tracks. I mean, we've got probably 10 tracks within 3 miles of us where we're at. You know, we're just north of Charlotte. But we got Piedmont, Farmington, Mooresville, VMAX. You got Galat not too far from us. So pretty much anywhere you want to go race, there's a place to go race on the weekend. You know, and we do race on the weekends. You know, we have 3 junior dragsters that we run. I'm sorry, 4 junior dragsters. My son, my niece Gracie, my niece Emily, and my nephew Joseph, they're all running junior dragsters. And that's where I started. You know, I started running juniors in 1993, qualified for the very first NHRA Junior Dragster Nationals up at Indy, and ran that, I think, in 94. Technology has come a long way with those guys, I'll say that. I was stoked to go 15 seconds. I remember screaming. I thought I was flying. I'm going 15 seconds. Now my boy's going, you know, you can run a 760 if you wanted to. Technology has really changed.
Very cool. Now, you also have a car for your wife. Is that true?
Yep. We actually picked up a 2001 S&W dragster from my very good friend Josh. Josh lost his father last year to COVID, but he's run alcohol funny cars with us for years. I think he's actually going to be there at MIR just to support everybody. But love him, love his family. We're just really blessed to have as many people involved in this as we do. So we're just, like I said, fingers crossed for beautiful weather and for safe travels for everybody. And we'll kind of get down to business on Friday night.
Now, I know when we've spoken in the past, Bunny's family has made the trip to the track. Are they going to be in attendance this year as well?
Oh, absolutely. Bunny will have her family there. They're actually bringing one of their funny cars will be there to compete in Funny Car Chaos, which is just incredible. LB will be driving, I believe, one of the Avengers, the newer car. He'll be there competing, which I'm just absolutely stoked about. But Bunny's family will be there. Her husband, Mo, will be there. Her daughter will be there. Her family. And also Bear's family. Bear's going to be there. Bear's brother, who passed away weeks after Bear did, probably of a broken heart. Ivy, his family's going to be there with Jesse and all of them. So we're going to have a lot of family there, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate every one of the Bunny and Bear tribute teams for coming. They're just, every year they're just kind of blown away by the support. And I think they'll have the support as long as the track will have us. We all love Bunny Biquette. If you didn't learn something from Bunny, then you never watched Bunny, because everybody could learn something from her every time we went out there. So it's sad that she's not here, and then losing Bear, that's a big hole. It's a big void that we don't have in the sport anymore. So we're just really proud to be able to represent them, represent the families, and just kind of get down on what they all loved, which is drag racing. Not so much on the national level, but go out there with your family and have a good time, make some memories. That was what, Bunny was always about.
I remember Bunny's Corvette from when I was much younger. So
yeah, she went through a lot of bodies, and every one of them was absolutely gorgeous. And the body that they'll be running is actually a J&J Customs painted body. That's Jesse Pritchett, whose family, who's nephew to Bear. The kid's unbelievable with his airbrushing skills and his painting skills. Like I said, Bunny's always had the best looking cars. The last 2 or 3 were painted by Jesse. And it's funny, before I met Jesse, I was a fan of Jesse's. I did not realize he was my age. I thought he was an older gentleman. But he does some fantastic work, and he'll be on the track. He'll be at the track this weekend as well. So really excited about it. I got off topic for a second, but Laura's dragster is going to be awesome. Dad's been helping me put it together. We've got some good friends that have given us great deals on parts. We picked up the dragster. It's a 2001 S&W rear engine dragster. We have just an old truck motor, a 454 we're going to toss in there with an old Power Glide, and just something to get her feet wet. It's going to be injected alcohol, like my dad's old combo that he ran. So she'll have some zoomies on there. She's got a great big injector on top of the thing. If nothing else, it's going to look and sound cool, and she's going to have a blast. She's going to have an absolute blast. I have no doubt about it.
Very cool. Now, when we first started talking, you had mentioned the car that got repainted that is on display at MIR. Which body style is that they have on display? Do you know?
Who's that? It's not one of the vets. God, I'd be lying to you if I told you right now what body that is. It wouldn't be difficult to look up, but
yeah,
it was the issue on the championship. That's the car that's sitting up there. And the weather had really beat it the last, decade or however long it's been up there. And, with some of the funds that were raised at the first Bunny event, they used some of those funds to repaint the cab, and it looks brand new. It's up there now, and everybody will be able to share in that when they show up at MIR this year.
Very cool. Now, how about some more of the people that helped make this whole event happen?
So a bunch of sponsors, Frederick Linex, he's a company that's not too far from that track. He had really jumped on board and was the first one to jump on board, matter of fact. And he said, hey, listen, I want to be the presenting sponsor. What do I need to do? So he helped us out. He brought the Sunshine Fund. He brought them to the table. A few other sponsors that we have, and we have a lot of them. A lot of this was $200 here, $200 there. and it really added up. But we got Redline Motorsports Media. They'll actually be at the track helping, taking photos and videos. We got a lot of drag races that came on board. Urban Racing, he'll be part of the Bunnies event. He came on as a sponsor. We got Warren Sasson with the Warren Design and Build Company. Todd Skelton, the Jet Drags driver, he came on with his MPG company that helps you out with your diesel mileage in your trucks. Hadiak came on board. He's used to run an Extreme Blown Altered, but he'll be there helping out the Time Bomb crew. Peter DeVita Family Racing. He has been a part of every Bunny event we've done. Every tribute event, we've tried to put things together. DeVita is one of the first ones to answer up. Jim Libby, he's got the Automan Jr. company. Automan Jr., for you junior dragster teams out there, is unbelievable. Anybody who has a junior dragster knows about having to pull that damn belt off before you roll up to the starting line and then after you make your run. It is a pain in the ass. A lot of the kids can't do it, so they gotta wait on dad to show up. The Automan Jr. basically puts the car in neutral for you. So you never take the belt off all weekend unless you want to clean it. You basically pop a little button that sticks the car in neutral. It rolls around very easy. And right before you fire up, you press the button again, and it basically puts it in drive, and it's ready to go. So that's a great, great product. Gary's Karts, Gary Plankus, he's been really a fan of drag racing forever. He used to help out pro mods all the time. He makes some of the best looking golf carts out there. He provides a ton of them to drag races. There's no doubt you'll see him at the track. My golf cart's a Gary's golf cart. It's beautiful and it does the job. Bradley Gray, Blown Mafia Motorsports. He's going to have 3 show cars there. He's probably going to get there Thursday night. These cars, when I say they are impeccable, when I say they are drop dead gorgeous, these things look like they've never been touched before. And every motor is damn near taller than I am. They're huge. It looks amazing. The rig looks amazing. But he'll have 3 show cars there. My mother, Kimberly Naves, Shooting Star Motorsports, she put up a little cash. We got Steve Lesor with Steve's Fast Fuels. He's been selling fuel, him and his father, for decades. So really excited to have him on board. He's actually going to give away a 55-gallon drum of methanol. We're going to give that away. We've got a few prizes that we're going to give away, and that is one of them. Jack Armstrong, he came in late in the game with the Smoky Bones Racing Team. They own a funny car. Not sure if they'll be there to race or not, but they're going to be there to root everybody on. Bob and Linda Hill with that badass Alta they have now. Unfortunately, I heard from Bob yesterday they had actually tossed the rods, which is unfortunate because Bustin' Loose is a very fan favorite Alta. It's awesome. I love it. They won't be there with us, but they are there helping put the show on. Kraus Brothers Racing Team, they'll be there with 2 cars. Mike Tobacco with A&E Transmission with his Nitro Funny car, tuned by the crazy Jake Crimmins. You know, he used to run for Jungle Jim. I'm always in awe when I'm around the guy at the track. Jessica Eastburn and Hoops Fire Prevention Incorporated, they stepped up in a big way to help us out. Travis Waterman, he was a crew member for Bunny Biquette for many, many years. He helped us out. John Codd, Sassy Racing Engines. He's on the road right now helping a bunch of tractor pull guys. He stepped up late in the game and has really kind of helped us put it over the edge to make it a decent purse for everybody. James May here, Good Vibrations. Everybody knows them. They provide some great racing parts for everybody who's involved in drag racing. Steve Wasucker and the Custom Performance Coating came on board. Mark Lyons with Wright Mechanical Services. Jesse Pritchett with J&J Pritchett Customs. They came on board late in the game. Then we got a couple more of these sponsors that are bringing items to the track. We've got Steve Musser. He's representing Penn Grade Oil and the Time Bomb Funny Car in memory of Rocky Roxlow. So we got 5 cases of Penn Grade Oil that's going to go out to a lucky participant of the Burnouts for Bunny and Bear. And then we got Billy Herman, who came in late in the game. So Billy owns Alliance Racewear. And for those who are not familiar with Alliance Racewear, it's a very lightweight custom fire suit, SFI 20, 1-piece fire suit. He does make them in 2 pieces. We had just bought a fire suit, a very low cost fire suit that we weren't particularly fond of. And then our sponsor, Psychonaut Cannabis Company, came on board and said, hey, listen, what do you need? And I said, well, hell, Dad would love a fire suit, you know, something more comfortable, breathable, movable. And we spoke not too long ago, and he said, hey, I'd really love to be a part of the show. What do I need to do? And instead of giving money, he said, hey, why don't I give away a brand new $2,500 fire suit? That is huge. That'll be
Wow.
huge for some lucky team. So Billy Herman, Alliance Racewear, is putting up a brand new fire suit. Steve Musser with Penn Grade Oils putting up 5 cases of oil. And then Steve Lesueur with Steve's Fast Fuels is putting up 55 gallons of alcohol. So those will be open. You don't have to qualify. Those are going to be open to any entry that's going to participate with the Burnouts for Bunny and Bear tribute. So that's huge. And then, of course, we have the 2 fields, A and B. It's not a ton of money, but it's, it's going to put a little bit of cash in somebody's pocket. We're going to pay out, like I said, 16 cars. It's awesome. And it wouldn't have happened without these amazing sponsors. Like I said, Frederick Linex, they're the presenting sponsor, but every one of these sponsors has helped out tremendously to make this happen.
Very cool. Now, how about the racing schedule for the weekend?
So people can actually start coming in. The team's going to start rolling in Thursday night. We're going to pack some more on Friday. Friday night is going to be qualifying. I believe it's 6 or 7 p.m. But we're going to have one round of qualifying with both Funny Car Chaos, all 40 funny cars, and then Earthshaking Entertainment and the East Coast Fuelers will be right behind Chaos, and we will run our 22 participants for our first round of qualifying. Then on Saturday, early afternoon, we'll have our second round of qualifying for the Earthshaking Entertainment East Coast Fuelers Burnouts for Bunny and Bear tribute. We're only going to run 2 qualifiers, whereas the Funny Car Chaos guys will have 3. Once they have their final qualifier, we all go into eliminations. So I think eliminations start around 6 p.m. The race will be done on Saturday. It's a 2-day event, Friday night and then Saturday night. But we will run all 4 fields with Funny Car Chaos on Saturday night, and we will run both fields of the Burnouts for Bunny and Bear tribute event. We will run behind Chaos every round. So you are going to have a bunch of racing. There's going to be, you're not going to want to leave the stands. There's no reason to leave the stands. There's not going to be a lot of downtime. It's literally going to be badass race car after badass race car. There's something there for everyone, whether you like Aldrid's, funny cars, front engine dragsters, rear engine dragsters. There's literally something there for absolutely everyone. And these aren't corporate race drivers. Every damn one of these cars has a name on it, a really cool name at that. So this is the racing that I absolutely love. You got names like Freaky Tiki, Complete Chaos, Never Satisfied, The River Rat, Jeroni Racing, Sporl and Jacobs Racing, Broderick Racing, Altered Attitude, High Risk, Golden Child, Revolution, Seconds of Pleasure, Psycho Nut, The Patriot, Wild Thing, Bustin' Loose, Vic Speed Shop, Rat Poison, The Dutch Blitz, True Grit, The Rump Shaker, The Troublemaker, and Mullins Motorsports. So these are all guys that want to put on a great show. You're going to see big burnouts. You're going to see some old school dry hops. This is a competition, but we all know what we're there to do, and that's to put Burnouts for Bunny and Bear. So it'll still be a show, and everyone's going to try their hardest to put on a great show. There is a competition aspect to this one, but again, it's always been the show's first, and that's what this is going to be about with both Funny Car Chaos and the Bunny, Burkett, and Bear tribute event.
That is badass, man.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah. It puts a smile on my face just reading this shit, because I'm like, damn, look at the stuff we put together, as a collective. We put this deal together, and that was just naming off our cars with the with Earthshakers. You got 40 funny cars coming. It just blows my mind. And when early on in discussions, Chris asked me, how many funny cars do you really see? How many funny cars do you think will sign up for this event? And I was pretty strong at 40. Me, and I spoke to Chris Massarella, who's out and about on the East Coast. He agreed with me. He thought we'd hit 40, and we did. And this is just the first year. It's going to grow next year. Chris signed a contract with MIR. It'll be the only East Coast Funny Car Chaos event for the next 5 years. So if you want to see a Funny Car Chaos event, you can't go to the Midwest. It's right here at MIR. It's going to be there for the next 5 years. So you have got to travel to Maryland to watch a Funny Car Chaos event if you are on the East Coast.
Awesome. Because I know random people have said over the past year or so, what's it going to take to get a chaos event on the East Coast? What's it going to take to get a chaos event? What? Well, yeah. There's no more what's, it's here.
That's right. It took a track owner willing to put himself out there. Obviously took Chris Graves, and it took the possibility of having a 40 40 count funny car show, and we checked off all those marks. Chris Graves and Royce Miller got together. I was blessed to be a small part of that, and we made it happen. I still can't believe we're going to be on the East Coast. It's 8 hours compared to 15 hours driving, 20 hours driving is great for us. But we're going to be in Mocam the following week for another Funny Car Chaos event. So we'll run on Saturday. We'll do one qualifier Friday. We'll run hopefully eliminations on Saturday, and then our team plans to do all the maintenance on our NGK Psychonaut Cannabis Company sponsored Funny Car. We're going to do that on Sunday, and the car should be back in the trailer ready to go for Mocam the following weekend.
Awesome, man. Very cool. If anybody wants to follow the action on Facebook or the internet, is it going to be streamed or anything? Or
yeah, all chaos events will be live streamed with Flow Racing. They're a huge part of Funny Car Chaos. We'll have a lot of folks there as well. Matter of fact, I just put out there, I'm getting my gate list ready now for the photographers and the videographers. We've got some great companies coming out to take some amazing footage. If there's one thing you'll take away from Funny Car Chaos as a team owner, you will have the absolute best photos of your race car that you've ever seen. There are some incredible, I call them artists. Some of these photographers are Steve Reese, these guys that Jeff Unfree, these guys do a incredible job. So they'll be out there to take videos, they'll be out there to take photos, and they're just an amazing part of the show. Again, to make a successful show, you got to have these guys. A lot of people don't think about the photographers and the videographers, but without them, you can't really push. You can't push these events like you'd like to. Without some of that footage and some of those photos, a lot of the photos that these guys take, they'll provide to us, free of charge. A lot of them. To do hero cards with. We do hero cards with Earthshaking Entertainment. I just finished up 2. Matter of fact, I got 1 order in today. I'm trying to get it to a team up in Indy. They're going to have a lot of top alcohol cards going over to Cruz Pedregon's shop before Indy. And it's important that our team is represented professionally, that our class is represented. So I was really stoked to have a couple of them reach out to get hero cards at the last minute. So we really busted hump over here to make that happen. But yeah, we do hero cards. We've done, a ton of them for Funny Car Chaos guys, and it's awesome to walk around and see some of our work out there. We enjoy doing them, and we just love to see them signed, autographed for the kids while you're there. You got 40 cars out there. A lot of them are going to have hero cards. So this ain't like NASCAR where you can't get up and close. This is drag racing. You go right up to the drivers, right up to the crew, and ask you for a hero card, get it autographed, buy a T-shirt from some of these teams. I know we'll have T-shirts with Psychonaut Cannabis Company. They'll be there this weekend. I'm really excited to have our sponsor there. We'll be repping NGK as well with our Funny Car, and of course, again with the Bunny and Bear tribute event. It is presented by Frederick Linex and Sunshine Fund, along with all of our other great sponsors. Couldn't have done it without them. So really, really excited. Again, we start qualifying Friday night, 1 round. For both Funny Car Chaos and Earthshaking Entertainment. And then we move on to Saturday, where all the racing begins. I mean, there's going to be a ton of racing on Saturday. It is going to be the place to be, without a doubt.
Awesome job, Jagger. Very cool.
This was definitely a large team effort. Like I said, Chris Graves with his wife. We got the East Coast Fuelers helped out greatly. Earthshaking Entertainment, obviously, and then of course MIR, who has one of the greatest tracks out there. The track service is going to be amazing. Their staff always amazing to work with, to race for. This is going to be a great race for not just the fans, but for the races too. We're not talking about some little 8th mile track in the woods that's bumpy and we can't really get a decent pass down. We're talking about MIR. I mean, it's as good as the Texas Motorplex. That's probably one of the nicest tracks that Chaos races at. I'm gonna put MIR right up there in the top 2 or 3 tracks that they run at. I think some of the guys are gonna be very pleased when they hit that track surface.
Awesome. Well, it's always cool to talk to you about this event. I look forward to talking about it every year because to see your excitement in it. That's probably the biggest thing. It's like like you said about your hero cards, we did that.
Yep.
You did that. You and your team did that. I had the same feeling on a much smaller scale with the Willstrong t-shirts last year at Lebanon Valley. The first time
Yep.
I saw somebody walk by with one, I'm like,
Yeah.
we did that.
That's
what
pretty
I'm
damn
saying?
cool.
It is, yeah, it's pretty sweet deal. But a hell of a job for you, like I said, you, the entire team, and everybody putting this whole thing together. And kudos for getting Funny Car Chaos to be on the East Coast for a few more years.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Like I said, you cannot miss this event. If you miss this event, you can't bitch about Chaos not coming to the East Coast, because it's here, baby. It's here. It's here. I mean, it is this weekend. A lot of guys wanted it. They asked for it. They talked about it. Well, here it is. Put your money where your mouth is. Show up for this race and be a part of probably one of the biggest funny car races on the East Coast in decades. Decades. It's going to be like I think my father called it. What the hell did he call it? He called it the oh God. What was that giant music deal they had back in the 70s? Woodstock. Yeah, it's going to be the Woodstock of funny cars for the East Coast, because everyone's going to be there. So just very, very excited. This is a different type of racing. Yeah. People want to win, but these guys want to have fun and they want to enjoy themselves. It's a much lower stress environment. If you're broke and I have a part to help you fix your car, that part's yours. And that's how everybody will be there. Again, we wouldn't travel the thousands of miles that we travel to be part of Funny Car Chaos if it was just another promotion. We go because we have a friggin' blast doing it. The sponsors with Funny Car Chaos have always been amazing. The folks at Wolf Fuel Pumps, and of course, Spell Paving. They've been the headlining sponsor for Funny Car Chaos for the last couple of years. They have really done a lot for the promotion. Like I said, it started off with probably 10 or 12 cars, and look where we're at now. I think he said, last time I looked at the numbers, I think they said something like 200 different entries have run with Funny Car Chaos. That's amazing. We're talking about from all over the country. These guys come from Colorado, you got guys, you got guys from Massachusetts and New Hampshire, Jersey making some of those trips. It's pretty amazing. This is like I said, it's not just an event. It's going to be something that everyone's going to be able to remember for a long time.
And of course, you're going to have Bobby there.
Yeah. Yep. Can't go wrong with him. He'll be there as well.
Yeah. The stud of East Coast Funny Car Nostalgia Racing.
Bobby, as they call him.
Bobby, yeah, as Steve's youngest son says. Yeah.
The ladies' man himself.
Yeah. Big Buddha with no t-shirt.
Yeah, I was about to say, I've seen him topless way too much than I probably planned on in my life. But if he's there, we're having a good time. That there's going to be a hot rod that's going to get down the track because the guy can drive. So we're really excited, to see some of these names. Bobby Toth, to see Chris Muller, Chris Massarella and his wife, to see a lot of Broderick, to see a lot of these guys on the East Coast not get the opportunity to run with these folks. And now they're going to be there. I mean, the majority of us is going to be the East Coast guys. And I just couldn't be prouder of the representation that they have showed by signing up, by pre-entering and being a part of this massive event.
Cool. Well, again, hell of a job, Jagger, and your entire team and everybody at MIR. And like I said, the coolest thing about it is that nobody can complain that Funny Car Chaos is not on the East Coast now.
That's right. It's here, baby. It's here.
Get out and support it, everybody.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Jagger, stay safe, my friend.
Thanks, brother. It's always cool to be on here. We're big fans of RNN. We greatly appreciate the love that you share with us and this sport that we all love to be a part of. So again, shout out to you, man. We really appreciate you having us on and helping us promote these events. Without guys like you, these events are not nearly as successful as they would have been otherwise. So thank you very much, brother.
You got it, buddy. And best of luck to your wife at Basic Training.
Thank you so much, man. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, be good. We'll talk to you.
All right, brother. Thanks, man.
All right, our guest for tonight, Jagger Naves, from Earthshaking Entertainment, doing the burnouts for Bunny and Bear, Funny Car Chaos, MIR this weekend, Friday and Saturday show. Get out, support the event, and have a great time. We will be back actually tomorrow night. Pete was not able to make this evening because of some family commitments he had to tend to. But we will be back tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. We're going to talk the Duzen Triple 10Ks, which I attended Friday and Saturday, and Pete was entered all weekend, and we're going to get on and talk about that event and just have a good old time as always. So with that being said, everybody, we'll talk to you all tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Have a great night. Take care.